Alright, y'all. I know I usually do. Well, actually, on these Fridays, I know that I actually do an NG Minute talking about TNA and all that other stuff. But I did not have a chance to watch TNA, nor did I actually care to watch it. And I know that with this SmackDown and this past Raw was a go home show for TLC. Supposedly be one of the, I guess, one of the most monumentous pay per views in 2003, whatever. The thing is, it's a filler pay per view, but I will say this. For some reason, I really don't understand why they are putting the Undisputed title thing together for TLC. It would make more sense to save it for the Rumble, but either or, I will admit there are a few interesting matches on the card, so I am going to do a preview show on this. I don't know exactly. I'm not sure whether or not I'm actually going to watch the pay-per-view. I just might. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just going to put in my 2 cents on how this pay-per-view is going to turn out. So here is my preview of TLC. Now, excuse me being stuffed up. I just had a fire. Well, not being in a fire, but I actually just made a fire just to warm up by the fire, and my allergies kicked in. So yeah, I sound like this. But anyway, guys, let's get started with the standalone matches. Well, I think there's only 3 standalones in the Wrestle Championship matches. Let's talk about the kickoff, shall we? Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango. Yeah, we've seen these guys fight before. We know they put on really great matches. It's going to be a given that Dolph Ziggler's going to give it his all, and I'm really not seeing him be triumphant in this. I'm seeing Fandango literally beating him. Fandango for the win. Moving on. We got two 3-on-1 handicap matches. The first one, CM Punk versus The Shield. Okay. Can I imagine CM Punk losing? No. Will we ever imagine CM Punk losing? No. I really do feel that CM Punk is going to win this. Moving on to the next one. Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt family. Now, honestly, they actually began the storyline to be probably one of the most interesting storylines on the pay-per-view. But unfortunately, they really did miss the bar because they completely 86 the whole brainwashing Daniel Bryan thing, which probably would have been the most interesting thing on the card whatsoever. But what really pisses me off the most is they made Bray Wyatt beg for him to be a part of the Wyatt family, which is something that really bothers me to no end. But now they completely 86'd it. They just made Bray Wyatt be pissed off. And now they just decided to just forget the whole brainwashing storyline altogether, and it's going to be one big dumb match. Now, do I really imagine the Wyatt family losing? Not to Daniel, well, probably to Daniel Bryan. I'm hoping they actually do win and something does happen. Because honestly, the Wyatt family is one of the most hottest, they're probably one of the hottest factions that's going on in the PGA right now. I love a psychotic heel. They're the only psychotic heels in the WWE right now. They cannot ruin this for me by allowing my psychotic heels to lose. Especially how hot the Wyatt family are right now. It would make more sense for Daniel Bryan to lose this match and somehow be dragged off, not being seen for at least a week or two, probably maybe a month, and then come back being completely different. But knowing the WWE, they are going to screw this up. So honestly, do I care about this match? Yeah, the fangirl in me actually does. So I'm going to say I'm going for the Wyatt family for the win because I love the Wyatt family. It's going to turn out lame. I just know it. Okay, let's move on to the actual championship matches. The WWE Tag Team Champions with the Tag Team Champions on the line. Well, actually, I don't think it's on the line, but Goldust and Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio versus The Big Show, Ryback, and Curtis Axel and the Real Americans in a fatal 4-way match. My guess is, I don't know, maybe it is for the tag team titles. Rey Mysterio and The Big Show teaming up? It's kind of weird. I wonder how that happened. Maybe I missed the memo. But yeah, it's a fatal 4-way match. Can I imagine Rey and Big Show winning? That would be interesting, but I don't know. I really don't think that Cody Rhodes and Goldust should lose the titles just yet, especially, good grief, to Ryback and Curtis Axel. Oh my gosh, no. They would be the most boring champions ever. I'm really hoping they actually... And the Real Americans, no. If they really do want to kill the tag team titles altogether, give it to the Real Americans. They will kill those belts just like that, man. If they want those belts to die a slow death, give it to the Real Americans. But my advice to them is to actually have Cody Rhodes and Goldust keep it, because let's face it, Cody Rhodes and Goldust have brought a lot more prestige to those belts than anybody else in the history of the PG era. So honestly, I really think they should keep those belts on Cody Rhodes and on Goldust and leave it there. That's just me. Moving on, Divas Championship match, AJ Lee versus Natalya. This is completely random. They had no build, no storyline, no nothing. It's just the fact that Natalya happens to be on Total Divas and AJ isn't. That's pretty much what it is. Do I really care who wins? No, because it wasn't a decent build getting up to it. And I really don't want Natalya to win, because Natalya was great when she won it the first time. But good grief, as time goes down the line, as I saw her personality on Total Divas, she's the most straight-laced, boring, stick-up-the-butt chick I've ever seen. And I'm hoping she brings a little bit more interest in the belt if she does win. But do I believe that she will win? I kind of hope she does, because AJ Lee is running out. Like, seriously, her character is getting so stale and boring that the skipping is even getting boring. So honestly, I really do feel that maybe Natalya needs to have a good run. Maybe for a week or two. A month? Maybe? I don't know. But let's move on from there, shall we? The IC Championship match, Big E Langston versus Damien Sandow. Now, this is a match that I'm kind of sort of teetering about. Because, let's face it, this is Big E's first title anything. This is Big E's first title and first title defense on a pay-per-view, on the card. That's what kind of makes me happy, because seeing that the IC Championship match is going to be on the card instead of being a dark match is showing me, as a fan, that WWE is trying to push new stars, trying to create new stars instead of relying on old ones. So I'm honestly thinking that this is going to be a really great match to see, but do I really feel that Damien Sandow happens to be a great competitor for Big E Langston? Not really, but let's face it, Damien Sandow really needs to win. The fact that he lost the Money in the Bank briefcase, well, he pretty much lost the Money in the Bank briefcase to Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes threw it into the Gulf. Then after getting it back, he ends up cashing it in and losing it against John Cena. Does he need this win more than Big E? Yeah. So my vote actually goes towards Damien Sandow for the win. Let's move on from there to the undisputed title. I don't give a crap what anybody says. I'm not calling it unified. I'm calling it the undisputed title match. The Champion of Champions match. John Cena versus Randy Orton. Okay, everybody keeps saying that Randall Keith Orton is going to probably be triumphant in this, and he's going to probably be the undisputed champion. Honestly, if he was the legend killer, I would say, yeah, get Randy. Because Randy would bring the hate on, man. He will bring on the heel heat. But he's probably the most boring heel that I have ever seen in my life. Good grief. He has so much interest and so much flair going on with him when he was the legend killer. Now he's that ridiculous, cowardly heel that is just not him. And it's just, he's a whiny baby and complete opposite of who he is. And it just bothers me to no end of how whiny he is. I kind of sort of want John Cena to win because, let's face it, John Cena is better on the mic. John Cena can tell a good story, and John Cena can give a good match. He represents the undisputed title better than anybody I can think of right now. Not Randy. Randy needs to do something with his character. He needs to be a little bit more psychotic or something. Bring a little bit more interest before he decides to actually be the undisputed champion. I really do feel that it should stay with John Cena. No matter how many Cena haters are out there right now, I really do feel it should stay with John Cena, and John Cena should be the winner. How's it going to go? I don't know. Guys, we are going to see on Sunday. I might watch it. I might not watch it. Right now, I do not know. But we will find out soon, shall we? And if I don't do a review, More than likely, well, I'll probably do a review on Raw. Peace out, peoples.